Alright, welcome back YouTube to A Programmer Plays Kingdom Shell. In our previous episode, we've basically finished up the map. We've gotten all the chess pieces, we fought the chess master, we actually beat the chess master, which was great, which gave us a token for our gnomish friends. So let's head over here. And let's buy the last upgrade. Pretty excited about that. I wonder how much he's gonna charge money-wise. Because we're not broke, but we're not like rich. Also, this is the first time we've been back here in a while. No change in dialogue from him. That's interesting. I was kind of expecting there to be changes here, but I'm not terribly surprised that there's not. Our work is coming to an end. Only one detail remains. Do you really know the nature of black glass? The environment, thoughts, emotions, reflected on its facets, remain in the gem's memory and then give rise to images. In a remarkable way, you are connected to the pendant, and I can strengthen this connection, making the gem stronger. Working with black glass involves special risk to Esther, special feat. 500? Oh yeah, easy sell. There we go. Level 5. Jeweler's Craft, fully upgrade the black glass pendant. Black glass is a dangerous thing. Who knows what thoughts are lurking inside? A daring soul who dares to address their wishes to the gem must be sure of their intentions, and if luck should smile upon them, the gem will grant their wish, forever silencing itself. Your gem is just one of the 2 fragments of a whole gem that has already granted someone's wish, yet somehow continues to serve you. Like the second shard, it continues to serve that other young man. Interesting. Once you start getting into the lore of this game, it's pretty interesting. I feel like some small aspects of the presentation kind of get in the way of this game's lore, because the lore actually goes pretty hard, but it's hard to take it serious when you've got gnomes running around that are basically just head plus feet. You know what I mean? Like, it just sort of undermines it. Not in a horrible, terrible, bad way, but like, just maybe not as strong as it could be. So, with that upgrade in place, we can actually have 2 3-tier gems equipped. Also, side note, I think it's really funny the way that we have one more than one row of the 1 slot gem and inspirations, and 1 fewer than a full row of the 3s. Just the layout is just a little bit like, I wish that there was just like a tiny bit more so that it would all line up and be nice and even. Oh well. I kind of want to see what this attack speed is like. Ooh, hell yeah. All right, we're going all in on attack. Extra attack power and extra attack speed. Just gonna rip and tear until it is done. YouTube, by the way, this might be a slightly shorter episode on account of us being right at the end of the game. There's a good chance that we'll beat it, because we're sitting at, what, 94% of the map, so 6% left. The best part of solo dev lore is getting a glimpse of that unedited fever dream. Yeah, I agree with that. I like getting like the weird stuff and the like, yeah, like this guy is like really into this specific thing. For example, into women being tied up with their own hair. Bring them. 3. 3 shall become 1. The path will open to the heavens. Used Shard of the Seal. Collector. Collect all items. Absolute power are the achievements we just got. We got Sovereign Seal. Oh, I genuinely expected her to like drop down and fight us. Alright, cool. Well, to the tower. To the heavens. I'm super curious. I'm gonna have to do some research once I finish this game. And I'm not worried about spoilers. About how much is this intended to evoke cultivation, because sovereign is like a name that cultivator tiers get given a lot. So it feels like a very deliberate nod, and this first area as a whole makes me think of cultivation novels, you know, Zhangjiya type stuff. So, used sovereign seal. It seems you forgot to bid farewell to your friend. Well, that's it. Looks like our paths diverge here. The entrance to the tower is strictly forbidden to me. It has been an enthralling adventure. I even managed to become a little attached to you, as far as that is possible for a wandering deity. Take care of yourself. Who knows what awaits you within this tower? Farewell, Elias. It's interesting the way that he didn't really appear much in the last, fifth of the game. Alright. Getting some cool art. Some faces in the walls. Tower of Dreams. Hell yeah. Elias. You did great. You managed to unlock the passage to the Tower of Dreams. Just a little more left, and our dreams will come true. Let's run. Do you hear it? The Room of Wonders is calling us. Catch up. Dream Tower is the achievement we just got. Oh, this is the... We haven't seen this stuff in a hot minute. Oh. Cool. That's gonna cause problems later, but... Oh. Got it. Okay. Okay. Oh dear. I assume that this is effectively like White Palace. Yeah. my problem is that I need to go, like I need to not use my double jump and my boost because those don't reset that. A little bit slow on all of those. Oh, is this gonna be a fight? Feels kind of fighty. Come back, kitty. Big in the background, though. Oh, not a fight. Genuinely surprised by that. Fair enough. Our death count in this episode probably going to be pretty high. As well as could be expected. Shit. The traps do so much damage, and I know I could be changing out like the pit. The charms I've got, but I don't think the lasers count as like pits or spikes, so we could, I guess, go for the lower damage thing. That's probably what I should do. One HP under it. I thought maybe, but no. All right. We'll switch out inspiration. So instead of attack speed, well, actually maybe keep attack speed. Increase defense. This is not the right one. Took too early a turn. That still took kind of a lot of health out of me. That killed me. Man. The lasers do so much damage. Like, it's not a... Oh, you know, you lost a health. It's... You lost several health. A single touch on one of these is another 2.5. I know, I feel like we're still missing... Still missing one health upgrade. That's gone. What the fuck, dude? Same spot. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of the health, like, we've got one, like, half-finished flower. But I'm pretty sure we've gotten the achievement for... getting all the items. I guess that might be all of, like, the quest items and not... Boy, the lasers chewed through health so fast. We're almost through this section. I believe in us. Thought maybe. We made it. Woo. .99% map completion. Elias, finally. It's been a long journey. When they captured you in our cabin in the forest, I vowed to find you. That old man from the temple, we struck a deal with him. I had to destroy the kingdom shell in exchange for your freedom. He showed me how to do it. You remember the stones that our mothers hid from prying eyes? They affect us, Elias. They give us incredible power. They disappeared when we fled from Nether City. I managed to find our stones in the gnome's caves with some pathetic creature that trades all sorts of junk. Amidst that junk was a true treasure, our treasure. The stone gave me the power to destroy the shell, and now we're here in the Room of Wonders. Elias, the blood of the sleepers flows in our veins. In the kingdom, we'll always be outsiders. This room is a gateway to the sleepers' world. We can escape there from this cursed land. We can truly be free, free from the prejudices and hatred, free from the kingdom. Let's go home, Elias. Dot, dot, dot. Oh. Alright, so I was just about to say, this guy's making a lot of sense. This kingdom's not done much to keep us here, so if we can just, like, bounce to another dimension, screw it. Elias. Alright. I apologize for interrupting a family conversation. This room where any wish comes true. Our ancestors skillfully harnessed its power and founded the great kingdom. Their descendants proved unworthy of the magical power. Alright, spoilers for Wind Waker in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This room being like the granting any wish thing feels so much like the end of Wind Waker, where like we're at the Triforce and we have to touch it and it grants like any wish, and the wish is to destroy Hyrule. Alright, Wind Waker spoilers done. Greed clouded their eyes, and, fearing that someone else might make use of the room, they wished to isolate themselves from the outside world. The room granted their wish, and thus Kingdom Shell was born. The shell erected an impenetrable barrier to the rest of the world, and to the Tower of Dreams. Fools. I've devoted my entire life to serving the shell. I hate this accursed object, the final creation of the Tower of Dreams. Every day I dreamt of destroying it, but my rebellion failed. I could do nothing more without arousing suspicion. But fate smiled upon me, and one day in Nether City, 2 infants were born in whose veins the blood of a demon flows. Despised and hunted from every corner, you're both marked by the Tower of Dreams to fulfill a sacred mission. You both have done well. Now it's my turn. With the sacred hand of the White Temple, I will restore order to the kingdom, and with the magical power of the tower, I will lead it to prosperity. As for you, I promised you freedom, and so your wish shall be granted. Ooh. Okay. Oh, come on. They were 1 hit away. That's on me. That's on me. bad place to hang out. There we go. Damn. The kingdom is doomed. Damn you, demon. Kitty. No. What are you? No, Elias. Quite a meow. Child, we have been waiting for you. We are the sleepers. We sleep and we see dreams. Many years ago, the inhabitants of this kingdom bestowed upon us a beautiful dream. Dreams of Wonder City, magnificent palaces, and exquisite gardens. Those were dreams of prosperity and universal harmony. We were happy. In gratitude, we granted them everything they fervently desired. Objects woven from dreams possessing magical power to make their dreams even more beautiful. Beautiful dreams. But then something changed. It was a whisper. Initially subtle, it echoed throughout the halls of the Tower of Dreams. The whisper grew stronger and intertwined into a monotonous hum. Our dreams grew dim. Once beautiful, they turned into nightmares. The cry was already echoing everywhere. A cry of despair and suffering. Their gratitude turned into hatred. They erected a wall of fear. The kingdom became unattainable for us. This cry became unbearable. And then we awoke. Oh, child, born of union between an earthly woman and a beautiful dream. You always walked between two worlds. We called you and you answered our summons. Finally, fulfill what we ask of you. You no longer exist in this world. You must close the gates. Yet your human essence obstructs this task. Rid yourself of it. Rid yourself of your desires. Child, forgive us for asking so much. Last wish. Okay. Okay. Do we have to fight the Abbott character every time? Or are we gonna go straight into that fight? Straight into this fight. Okay, that's nice. I'm down for that. Well, slightly embarrassed by that one. I've died so much in the past 30 minutes that my money is now, like, we're getting down into the, like, pretty low numbers, and, I'm not that worried about, the amount that I've taken damage. need to not be here. Shit. Shit. I've gotta stop doing that. Shit. I think we basically had it. I just needed to do better. Our loadout is probably fine for that fight. I would love to have my third flask, but I'm not gonna, like, leave the whole ass tower and go find it. Shit. Damn, I thought maybe I could get away with it. Shit. All right. As you guys may be able to tell, there has been a break. It's a new day for me that we're recording this half of the episode. Just had to step away. Did have a mildly unfortunate thing where when I started up the recording, I had not progressed beyond this point, so we had to do a little bit of re-platforming and rebeating the Abbot, and then actually hitting save. I don't love that happened to me, but it is what it is. Before we continue, I've decided that I do want to revisit this spot, just because I want to get that last half a heart before we finish the game, and I'm pretty sure that is all that is standing between us and that. And that's probably all that's standing between us and quite a few us and quite a few trophies as well. 'Cause I'm betting that that'll be the last percent of the map, since we are at 99% now that we've made it back up to the Abbot. And the reason I'm pretty sure that this is the spot, one, like, we did actually leave a mark, so we know that there's something going on here, but also, two, I just looked it up. Alright, so, for me, thank you. Take that off. But also, there's this. I'll be honest, I don't think I would have found that without looking it up. That's pretty sneaky. There's not really much anything telling us that that's the case. There we go. Perfectionist. Acquire 100% items, inspirations, and leaves. And Dawn Power. Collect all the leaves of Dawn. It's not just me, right, that finds it slightly strange that the leaves are called Leaves of Dawn and Leaves of Sunset. Like, shouldn't it be Dawn and Dusk? It just feels weird to me. Alright. Well, that feels good to... that's actually not map 100%. I wonder if there's like a cutscene or something that's in the final room. Because we're currently sitting at... We're missing the trophy Fallen Kingdom, complete the game. And Explorer, discover the entire map. So I'm wondering... I mean, it's pretty much got to be a hidden room, right? Because we've... Just looking to see, are there any rooms which are incomplete here? My first thought, of course, being like, is this one incomplete? But it is not. Give me a second. I'll be honest, I'm looking at a map by Tran Plays. Thank you, Tran Plays. To compare, and I'm not seeing what I'm missing. Here, let me do this. So here we've got the map that I'm looking at, and that's looking pretty correct compared to this. I'm not spotting a discrepancy. So that's confusing. All right, well, I'm a little befuddled. How have I missed a room? How do I not have 100%? It's probably something reasonably obvious, like, once you look at it, but, like, maybe it's a corner, like, oh, we don't have one of these or something, but it's literally right there. I was almost pointing at it. This one right there. Alright, so teleport. I was so convinced that it was going to be a hidden room that I hadn't found that that's why I didn't even see that. No, thank you. Stuff like that, it makes you feel so blind. There's a whole ass room over here that I never went in. I mean, it's just gold, so there's no way that it's anything other than just gold. There we go. And the achievement triggered when I looked at the map, which makes sense. Alright. So we are as maxed as we're gonna get. We have maximum amount of health, we've got the maximum amount of ether, we've got all the charms, we've got all the weapon upgrades. Like, this is as good as it gets. Which, I'll be totally honest, I kind of wish it went a little harder. Having 8 total hearts, I say hearts, leaves, which is effectively 16 because each one does, can be halved. Actually, hold on, before we go in there, let's double check what our current inspiration is. So it is increasing attack speed and increasing attack power. Yeah, that's probably fine. So effectively 16 health. I kind of wish it was more. Actually, I don't kind of wish. I definitely do wish it was more. Just because, like, this final boss, like, we'll see how much damage I take per hit here, but I'm betting it's gonna be, like, 2 or something. I'm sorry, 3. Which does mean that I'm effectively done that. Damn. It was actually a pretty solid run. I'm not actually sure that attack speed is what I need. Because we're only getting like 2 attacks in when we jump. I'm gonna go for the extra defense see what that makes. Is if we're taking 3 full leaves per hit, that means that we got 3 mistakes. But if that drops it down to 2, then that brings us up to 4 mistakes before we die. So it dropped us down to 2.5. Would it help if I faced the correct direction? Shit. Fuck. That's death right there because I hit the healing button in midair rather than hitting the jump button. Alright, so hold on. 2.5. That doesn't help us nearly as much as I wanted it to. Like, I guess technically that does get us up to... that does technically get us up to 4 mistakes. It's pretty brutal. I've got to get better about this particular attack of hers. No, fuck. Oh. I kind of wonder if I'd be better off with the ability that lets us take less damage from pits, because we are falling off the map a lot. I'm not totally clear on the mechanics of this fight, if I'm being totally honest. Ledge grab. As is so often the case, it feels like the move is just go slower. just once you get knocked over to the corners like that, there's not much you can do about it. Like, you're just gonna, like, you get hit by a spike, you get pushed off, and you're like, well, that's it. We're going down. It's like obviously I understand the mechanic of the fight is break these things so that so that we can then fight her, like, actually hit the heart. I understand that, but like, no, we're one hit away. Shit. Being on the side like that wasn't really the move because I couldn't align my body very well. I really want to be above or below her so that I'm not trying to jump over it, you know, instead of trying to sidestep it. We can do this. We can do this. See you like that. Oh, come on. Well, alright, this one's a wash. Let's try. Let's instead of the defense, let's try the spikes, because maybe those count as spikes. And that does leave us with 2 points, so no critical hit chance, huh? I should have measured what the damage from spikes is. Shit. Alright, that was 3, which I'm pretty sure is the same. So, all right. I mean, we'll go back to this. us 4 mistakes if we don't fall off. Interesting also that this attack, which I've barely used, has suddenly become like the best choice. I don't like being up here. This last little guy just won't align correctly. Is this? Yes. Okay. A little okay, this is a slightly bad place to be, but that's okay. We're playing it safe. Don't know if I'm gonna be okay where I am. Fairly sure. Shit. Shit. Did we do it? Whew. Playing it slow and steady. Let's go home, Elias. There's nowhere left to retreat. I'll face death as a knight, as a defender of the kingdom. Ah, cool, these guys. Alright. Is the answer that we're stripping magic from the kingdom entirely? What just happened? Forgive me, brother. I have no strength to fight. Seems we will meet again soon. What? Could it be over? Do you hear, brother? We managed to protect the kingdom. Brother. Oh, these two. What do we do now? Don't worry, my little blossom. These creatures won't stand against our love. Ah. Oh, my hero. Okay, so not all magic, because those two are both still there. Glimmering dust, that's all that's left of the Tower of Dreams. At last, the kingdom's inhabitants have gained freedom from the magical grip of the tower, from unjust rulers, and from their own nightmares. But have they truly freed themselves from their prejudices? Who among them will remember the youth who bestowed this liberty upon them? There's nothing more for me here. It's time to journey onward. Farewell, kingdom. Farewell, kingdom. Complete the game. Game development team. Okay, I was about to say, am I advancing this? Project leader and concept author Roman Galiamov. Well done, Roman. Programming and art, Roman Galiamov. I liked this game a lot. I was... Additional art, Daniil Dimsky. I was not expecting to like this game as much as I did. Music by Sam D. I think that the first area, I genuinely, I think that the areas got stronger the deeper into the game we went. So it was a little, like, the initial impression was, okay, this is like kind of a cultivator-y, but like maybe a little rough around the edges kind of game. A little undercooked feeling in that first area. And then just like the deeper we got, the more like it sort of like found its stride. Thank you for playing. Thank you for having us. I do think that the difficulty was overall good. There were a few little things that I didn't like. I felt like a little bit of the Silksong problem, where like just a lot of things do a lot of damage to you. The traps consistently doing like 3 damage, or just insta killing you with the magma. Really didn't like that magma thing. It was just like you were never like far from death. Does that make sense? And by and large, that's, you know, the deaths were because you messed up a jump, or you didn't, like, you tried to face tank something from a boss that you shouldn't have. We won that final fight because I started prioritizing, like, I need to avoid these spikes more than I need to be doing anything else. And that's true for a lot of, you know, Soulsy, Metroidvania games, where, like, the real priority is don't get hit. Don't worry about defense, don't get hit in the first place. And, okay, yeah, that's fine, but it's a Metroidvania. Like, the point of exploring is to, like, power up and, you know, find more stuff and all that. And I think that the genre shines when it lets players be thorough in their exploration and then find the stuff and then be stronger. Metroidvanias are kind of better positioned than a lot of genres where they can accommodate for lower skill players, people with less dexterity like myself, by letting us just like really invest in exploring, finding things, buying upgrades, and all of that. Speaking of buying things, it's interesting that music loops so poorly. I spent a lot of the game with a pretty full wallet. Or at least it felt full, because I would find a merchant and I would immediately buy all their stuff, and then by the time that I found a next merchant, I would still be buying stuff. I feel like the game kind of needed some second outlet for money that would be interspersed elsewhere in the game, because you had the problem where you would get to a boss fight and you'd be like, well, I've got like 500 coins on me, and I guess I'm just going to bleed them away as I do the retries and as I do my retries and like have to purchase from Leopold more life. That didn't feel very good. I think that the game maybe could have helped itself by having something similar to Silksong's Rosary strings, where you can take coins and invest them into a thing at a little bit of a cost, but then like, okay, great, because you've done that, you've got this thing that you can redeem for more coins. Now that's not being subtracted from when you die. I think that would have helped the game. And it wouldn't have been that hard to add. You know, you could just have some little kiosks, an NPC somewhere who's like, hey, I want to buy these things, and like, oh, look, you can buy them as well, and doing a little exchange, so that you've got some liquidity that is separate from your normal money, your normal wallet. Let's see, what else? I liked that we got upgrades that helped us deal with like replenishing our nectars at save points. I did love that there was only 2 of those, even though you got 3 up to 3 heals. Like, that felt weird that there wasn't a third one, because there wasn't a Leopold next to the final boss, at least not that I found. And so like we could only go into that final boss with 2 heals unless we were willing to leave, go buy something, and come back on each attempt, and that's clunky. I didn't like that. So that felt like a little bit of a missed opportunity. The other thing are loadouts. Because we've only got 6 slots, and a third of the equipable items, the inspirations, cost 2, and another third cost 3. That means that, like, a lot of your loadouts, you can only have 2 things, maybe 3 if one of them is a 2, and then that leaves room for a 1. But like, you didn't have that much actual like possibility space. You're just really like cramped in there. If we had a couple more slots, some way to even further upgrade beyond the gnome token, I think that would have helped. Just like give more variety to our stuff. I also just feel like there could have been more inspiration point stuff. Like, it would have been great to have like a reach one, right? Like, there's no long nail equivalent in this game, at least not that I figured out. And there wasn't there's a few points where I was like, I kind of want to make a spellcaster build here, and there's not really a good way to do that, at least not that I was figuring out. I don't know. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more there. They could have had a few more inspiration points and a few more inspiration slots, and that would have helped the game feel a little more varied and stuff. But yeah, overall, I liked the way that I loved the art. I liked the music. I actually liked the story quite a bit once we got into it. I liked the way that the story was delivered to us in little bites. They didn't do the big like text dump that some games do. I liked that we were able to like see events and then also read and hear about events and sort of like cross-reference and get our picture straight. Like, it was very clear what the sequence in the top city actually was. I will say the translation of top city, Nether City sounds cool. Top city feels weird. I think that's just native speaker English being like really finicky, but like that felt strange to me that it was called Top City. Similarly, I complained earlier in this episode about it feels weird that it's Leaves of Dawn and Leaves of Sunset. It feels like it should be Leaves of Dusk in order to be symmetric, but oh well, whatever. Little translation things. Like, overall, I think that the English in this was great. Just a very small, minor handful of things that a native speaker would do by accident. I didn't love that the save wasn't happening automatically. And I get that some people don't want that to be happening automatically, but I feel like the majority of people do. And so it should probably be an option in here. Just the same way that VSync is a yes-no toggle, I feel like autosave should be a toggle. Because especially there, getting to the end when I resumed this recording and realizing, oh, I have to redo the final area because I didn't hit save on the many times that I respawned at the crystal, and just sort of assumed that it was saving, or assumed that I had done the save. That feels bad. It feels like this game could very easily have a toggle that says, hey, every time you touch a crystal, you just auto-save. that would be an easy feature to add and solve a lot of problems. But overall, great little game. I wish there was more of it. I wish there was more like things to find and NPCs to talk to and all that. But that's always the case with games, right? Like when you've got a good game, you wish there was more. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this playthrough, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.